It's Chris Gore, got the knowledge in store. Alan Yang, watching travel for fun. Movie and TV show with people you need. Film prep.
아이고.
Turn the phone, it's the place to be. Movie lovers gather round. 1, 2, 3. Get ready to groove through movie night. Film prep. We keep it real. Time and take the stories you know the deal.
그러시면 나중에 저희 집 놀러 오세요. 장난이고요. 아 맞다. 시베리안 허스키.
Hey, it's Chris Gore, got the knowledge in store. Alan Yang, watching travel for fun. Movie and TV show with people you need. Film prep.
어우 대가리야.
Film prep. We keep it real.
어우 대가리야.
Dive into the stories you know the deal. Turn the phone, it's the place to be. Movie 1, 2, 3.
What is going on? Alan, what are you doing? Hey, hope you had a great holiday. We're here. We're here for our best and worst of 2024, and Alan Ng will be joining me very shortly. So let's get ready and let's go.
Alan! 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 Al! Alan!
Hey.
They screwed out.
Dude, you ate a lot
I ate a lot.
over the holiday.
Very good Christmas.
I was very impressed. That
By the
was
way, are you
great.
happy with this background?
I love it. I love it. What background? Your background. It looks good.
No, your background. I'm sorry, the stream background.
What is the stream background? Oh yeah, we'll fix it. I'll fix it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all
Alright.
good, man.
You know, we're doing a show here.
We're doing a show. Okay,
We're
I
doing
just
an overproduced show
fixed
here.
it. It's not overproduced. It's so easy. Look. And I've noticed that you are prepared. You are
Yes, I
very
have a PowerPoint slide.
Oh, I did not do that. I started a Google Doc. Oh, God. But I had a great Christmas with my family in Orange County. We had this candied ham that was amazing. I mean, amazing. Cranberry sauce, rolls, homemade rolls. I went to my aunt's place early because she lets me do laundry. She has these amazing, like the best laundry machines. And I'm like, oh, come over. I'll
Front
just do
loaders, right?
Yeah, no, really good ones. So yeah, front loaders. So I was so happy. Went there and watching football. She is spending the whole time making these rolls, cinnamon, regular rolls with herbs on. They were so good. She let me take a few home. I have one cinnamon left. One cinnamon. I'll save for someone. But yeah, I had a great time with my family, and
Yeah,
it was awesome.
I think we swapped places because I drove out to Santa Clarita.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and look, Christmas is just being together with family, and so there's not a lot of frills, silliness around it. We just meet and we have dinner, and yeah, my brother made prime rib.
Oh,
Yeah, it was good.
oh, I love prime rib.
Yes, that cow died an honorable death.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I love that. Look at this. Hey, what is this? Okay, I'm detail oriented to a point where I get annoying. What is the font under our credit name? It's Oswald. What is that? So now we can change fonts. What is? I don't like change. Wait, is there Comic Sans? I don't know.
That one looks bad.
I just want one that's not distracting. So, there's Vampire 1. There you go. We'll leave it like that, fancy, for the holiday. Hope you all had a great holiday too. Got to spend it with family. Saw my son. I saw everybody.
Daughter-in-law, you saw the daughter-in-law.
Yes, I did. So I had a great time, but the celebration continues. I'll be celebrating the holidays with others over the whole breadth of the holiday. And I got New Year's coming up with the Rose Parade next week. So New Year's is Tuesday night. Maybe we'll do like a New Year's J. If people are in the know, they know what that is. A Yule log with New Year's J.
Oh, that's right. That was very popular last year.
Yeah. Drunk 3PO may return. Drunk 3PO will return. And then New Year's Day, I don't know what time of day, so it's TBD. I'll jump on for a bit, say hello, and I'll show footage from the Rose Parade because I will have gone by that point. Do you have any New Year's plans, Alan?
Yeah, I'm doing a show, the New Year's Eve show in San Diego. And then we're staying overnight. And Lord knows what we're going to do the next day.
Oh,
because we haven't planned that far.
Well, New Year's in San Diego is crazy. I've been down there during New Year's before.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah. And the show is a lot of fun. And then we're gonna have this gal with us. So that
Molly?
Yeah.
Molly is coming down. You're doing Molly.
Yes, we're doing Molly
in San Diego. Molly is the name of Alan's dog, for those who are not aware.
Yeah. And I believe there are tickets left. So nationalcomedy.com.
Cool. Nationalcomedy.com. Spend New Year's with Alan.
Yeah.
You can do that.
But my wife's birthday is on Saturday. Yeah.
What were you saying about your wife's birthday?
It's her birthday on Saturday. So we're doing the Wicked sing-along on her birthday.
You're a good husband. And so she's a Capricorn.
Yes, she is. Is she?
Is that Capricorn? I hear Capricorns are really good.
Yeah, we're Christians. We don't do that stuff.
You don't? Is that heathen?
Yeah, fortune telling. That's very heathen.
Is it? Okay. All right.
Even the lottery tickets I just bought are heathen.
you just bought some lottery tickets?
Yeah, I want to win $1 billion. Come on.
A gift for yourself. That's cool. So, all right. Let's see who's here and say hi to everybody. Look at this.
Yeah.
Alan, if you would.
Yes.
Oh wait.
My God.
Wait. No.
Me.
What is I apologize. What can I change it to? Is there this is gonna be
like this is gonna be
go
back to the normal one. That's not gonna do it.
How about that?
No.
How
Here,
about
I'll
this?
read it off of the.
What are we doing?
What have you done?
I am a font nerd. I have watched documentaries on fonts. Helvetica. There's a documentary called Helvetica about the design of the Helvetica font. That's shadows into light. Anyways, I love that doc.
Nightmare. Look at
I
that.
almost once went to a font convention. I regret not going. Sanchez, is that what's readable for you?
Yeah, I think that one might work.
Wait, let me just find just something just basic.
Yeah, you don't want those fancy serifs. That'll work.
Is that good? It's got to be good for you.
Okay, this one's better.
This one, okay, from Mike Wade.
From Mike Wade. Hey, good morning, everybody, and I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I was working overtime that day, helping out AAA members. I look forward to this list. I think my top have been Dune.
Have to be Dune.
Have to be Dune. Okay. Davina Duckworth. Thank God it's film.
Threat.
Suns and Shadows. What's the over-under on cups of coffee for Chris? I think we're at 2.
I am at 1.5. I have one loaded up in case I need to grab one, but I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right, Solomon Thornton. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. Merry Christmas, Solomon.
Amazing Christmas.
The Nerd Far Away. I don't know if there was anything really good that came out this year except for the re-release of Lord of the Rings in theaters. I went to those over my birthday weekend. Yes, my daughter and I did the long weekend, and it was the best weekend this year. Fedorovsky, is this season of Squid Games the gayest season of Squid Games?
I have seen the first 4 episodes. I will discuss it. There are only 7 this season. So I'll finish it today. I'll talk about it on Monday, but I do have thoughts. I'm saving it for when we discuss it.
Yeah. You did get the screener for section 39 or 69 or whatever? The Star Trek one?
I did not get it. Did you?
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
I haven't seen it, but
wait, we'll discuss when we should cover that, because we should cover it early.
Yeah. You should check your emails. It's from Paramount.
Okay.
M for 2, are y'all still sending gifts to members?
Yes. Go to the community tab, and there's a members only post about how to get free stuff. And it's only for members, but the instructions are there. How to basically, you send a self-addressed stamped envelope to a particular address. Let us know you're a member, and the bigger the pack, the bigger and you're sending me an empty envelope with postage prepaid, and I will stuff it with. I have a huge pile on this wall. I want to get rid of a giant pile of DVDs. First come, first serve. Piles of DVDs going out. I'll throw in a Film Threat sticker, which we don't even sell those on the site. We just give those away at events. So I'll send you a box of stuff. If you send me a box, I'll send you a box back. Send me an envelope, I'll send you a couple DVDs. Whatever fits the weight. So M, please get an envelope out to me. Look on the community tab for members only. Thank you for that.
And Chris will stuff your package. AI trailer home for 25 pounds. Thank you for reacting to my Snow Woke parody video. I followed Film Threat for 2 years. Without you, I would never have heard of Godzilla -1, my favorite of 2023. In 2024, it was Wicked. Happy New Year. Happy 2025.
Thank you, AI trailer at home. That was really creative. I do think there is a use for AI in film going forward, and that is a great use. I love the parody trailers, so I hope you got some more subs from that. Thank you for the generous 25 pounds. That's awesome. So thank you. And if you have any more trailers, send them our way. But I somehow found that in the algorithm knows what I like, and thought it would be fun for everyone to enjoy it. So congrats on that work. It's not just AI, make a thing. You have to actually kind of know what you're doing, and you know what you're doing. So thank you.
All right. I can make a member for 29 months. We're getting to the 30s here. Only a few days to plan for a resolution. Well,
I know one I'm doing. I'm going to not eat sweets and cut down dramatically on alcohol. I'm just saying I can feel the holiday weight. I'm still within my, oddly enough, you're going to laugh. I weigh 169 pounds. 169. So I'm in decent shape. Probably got to shave off about 5, maybe 10. I don't know.
Damn, I weigh a lot more than that.
Well, 169 is as long as I'm in the 160s, I'm feeling okay. But I put on 5 pounds. I know it's from cookies and pie and stuff I should not be eating. So I'm gonna cut that down. We've got one big event that I'm just not gonna care. That's the CCA.
Yeah.
Critics' Choice Awards. Alan and I will be there. Who are you bringing, Alan?
I'm bringing my wife.
Oh, that's great. Hopefully we can sit at the same table.
They never do that.
I know it's like I want to sit.
We're always on the opposite ends of the ball.
Well, maybe in the same, maybe one table away or something, so we can.
Yeah, I'm just glad it's back at the hangar.
Well, I'll be bringing someone special. We'll see.
Yes,
we'll see. Chicken wing for $4.99. Let's go.
Nosferatu, quasi black and white coloration, made me feel cold and sweaty at the same time. Yes, I love the use of color
I
and non-use
saw
of
it.
color.
I saw it yesterday at
Mhm.
a 9:40 a.m. showing. I went to 9:40 a.m. early. I'm like, I got the theater to myself. When I booked the tickets, there was only one other person in the theater. I walk in, it's packed. 9:40 a.m. packed, except for the first 3 rows. There were a couple people. I cannot believe how many people were at an early screening. I was like, this is shocking. So saw the movie. By the way, no popcorn buckets. I blew it. I should have asked you to get me one. Dude,
I
they're
I
gone.
texted you. I said, "Are you sure? I could buy it right now."
If you see it again, could you
Yeah,
grab it? They're
I'll stop by
gone.
this afternoon, and if it's there,
They're
I'll take it.
I was so pissed. Anyways, I mean, my third time seeing that movie, it gets better every time. There's so much detail to it. It's so purposeful. I love you're right, chicken wing. The black and it's not a black and white movie, but it feels that way. Many of the scenes are monochrome, right? So,
Kind of, it's more muted colors.
right,
It's
right.
not black and white, but you can definitely sense that the use of tone, especially with
Oh,
color and the non-use of color.
the tone, the gothic horror. It's
Mhm.
not super gory. I mean, there are a few things that are, but like
Some of
it's
the sound effects
like
that
the sound, there's a
yeah.
couple vomit things if you're sensitive to that. But man, I might go see it again. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. All right. ZG became a YouTube member,
Thank you, ZG.
and Carnell for 5. The appropriate term you're looking for is typography. But if Chris was a font, he would be Comic Sans, and Alan would be Papyrus. Them's the rule.
Comic Sans. Oh, but no, I have studied fonts. I bought books on fonts. I read the George Ogilvy book, Confessions of an Ad Man. Recreationally, when I was in college, I read books about how to do things for fun, how to publish a magazine, books about fonts, books about advertising and marketing, just for fun. I wanted to learn because I was studying film, but I wanted to know these other things about architecture. I love that. So yes, typography, um, differences between a serif and non-serif font, things like bold, impact, like just I studied it. So I love it. Thank you, Carnell. I appreciate that.
Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for 5. Hey guys, do you think Hollywood will ever get their budgets under control, or will the productions keep exponentially increasing?
I think you're going to see a split. I think that you will see more films made at lower budgets, but
Mhm.
the
But do you think the studios will rein it in? For
Yeah.
example, I don't think Disney has it within them to rein in costs.
I don't think they can.
Yeah. I would think the other studios, I think Paramount, I think Warner Brothers is kind of under pressure to rein it in when it's a non-superhero movie.
Yeah, I think the big budget movies are because of the infrastructure they have built. They have
Mhm.
built a system that makes everything expensive. So I don't think, but what they'll do is they'll say, okay, we would have made this movie for 100 or 150 mil. How about we make 4 or 5 movies for that cost? And like a Blumhouse is a great example of a successful studio. They're under Universal and they make movies. Their movies are cheap, 30 mil, 40. Like they did, they're doing Megan 2 right now. They made some movies that are bad, but I will see everything Blumhouse because they kind of have a sense of what horror fans like. So I think you're going to see more Blumhouse type of movies or Blumhouse types of studios. A24 is also like that.
Wasn't Five Nights like 12 million? If I remember. Right.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's was cheap.
I know.
So thank you, Garfield's Bizarre Adventure.
All right, the Nerd Far Away for 5. Hey, it's not much, but here's some support for Film Threat. Thank you. I'd like to mention, I would like a mention of the re-release of Tarsim's The Fall this past summer. It was a beautiful film. It's a beautiful
Yeah,
film.
it is a beautiful film. Yes, I noticed that it got a re-release. So there you go. Tarsim. I wonder what he's up to these days.
Thomas Pickett, I bought the Nosferatu popcorn bucket coffin.
Oh,
Yeah, I held
Thomas.
it in my hands, and I didn't buy it. I asked someone.
Dude, I was like, I'll get it. I don't want to trouble you,
No, I could have literally just walked out for 5 minutes and bought the bucket and come back and see the. I'd seen the movie before.
This is, you know what it is? It's the AMC at the Santa Anita Mall.
Mhm.
They never have stuff. They never have stuff like, oh, we're sold out. I'm not AMC Burbank 16, the best. Santa Anita, your customer service has to step up. I'm seriously, I have not had good experiences there.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Yorba Linda Regal is not making a lot of money, and so they keep the staff very tight. And look, we have good high schoolers here in Yorba Linda.
There you go.
All right, Geek Tree 64 member for 20 months. Chris will replace his VHS stack with popcorn buckets.
That's the plan. I'm gonna build a wall of popcorn buckets.
Yeah. Lord Comment for 2. Hooked on Fontix works for me. Hooked on Fontix works for me.
I love puns.
Caveat Ties, member for 7 months. Those letters are a font to my those letters are a font to my sensibilities.
Oh, I love that. Thank you for that. Thank you for all your supers. This will be maybe a shorter, we'll see if this is a shorter show today.
Yeah,
I have no idea. But
say
I want
that
to know,
and
we always say that, but I want to talk a little bit more about Christmas, because what we did, what we ate. I want to kick this segment off with a song, just a quick song here. Wait, Alan, this isn't you. This is your daughter.
my
But here we go.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. Yes, you said it from cash. I gave it somebody special. Merry Christmas!
It's like the day I brought X-Ray Girl home. And it never stopped.
Yeah, so I did, I love to give presents. And I realize I'm kind of turning into my mom in the sense that she will wrap stuff. I've done crazy things with presents. I love to give presents. So if you see a giant pile of presents, do not be intimidated. They're probably not that great. I'm not going to lie. I've gone to friends' birthday parties. Here's what I do. I go and I will go get a pizza, a big pizza, fresh. I will wrap it, take it to a friend's birthday party and say, hey, could you open this right now? They open it, and for their birthday, I bought them a pizza, and then I asked them, hey, can I have some of your pizza? So I am definitely the present whisperer. So I showed up with I had certain gifts for certain people, but I kind of made it into a white elephant, mainly because I knew some of the gifts were really sketch. Really sketch, like some edibles. I don't mean edibles in that sense. I mean perishables, food you can eat, not edibles in the, woohoo sense, like Molly, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So present giving, I just, I like to have fun with it. I have tried also to do giftless Christmas. What is a giftless Christmas? Here's the thing. You see, I have a lot of stuff. I don't know that I need more stuff, right? I'm in the this weekend. I planned while I'm watching football all weekend. Watching football. I'm sorry, I'm watching it. And by when I say I'm watching it, it's on the TV and I'm in the room. Doesn't mean I'm actually watching it. So I'm doing a major purge to take stuff to Goodwill next week. It's Boxing Day for me, but it's more like Boxing Week. So because as I've gotten perhaps older and wiser, I realize I care less about things and more about experiences. Spending time with people, going to a theme park or going to a party, doing something fun, trips to Walmart dressed in a tuxedo, experiences. Because, if you look at recent events, you've seen whether it's what's happening around the world, victims of the recent hurricane, you can lose things in a moment. It's gone. Who knows what these drones are about? But experiences are things that no one can take away from you. So I've tried for years to let's do giftless Christmas. I'm the one that's guilty. I'm the one that I like to give stuff, but experiences matter more to me. Alan, and my experience, I will never forget spending time with my family. I don't know what gift, the gifts, who got what or who. You're going to, at some point, it's going to be part of a purge, but those are my philosophies. So Alan, what are your thoughts on what'd you do?
Yeah, well, I mean, this year was a little different. As you know, my wife's going through chemotherapy, and she had chemo on Christmas Eve, which basically, so she got the chemo. We went to church that night, took the family and daughter's boyfriend, and she just basically slept in the car during the service because it just takes it out of you. And the next day was not that much different. So we were supposed to go to my mom's family and didn't get to go. But fortunately, we went to my dad's yesterday. Got to spend time with my nieces and nephews and my brothers. My dad was pretty happy because it's been a long time since my brother's been in town. So it's been a while since, my dad's whole family was together in one place. And so he was very touched by that. And prime rib, like I said, prime rib.
Well, here's the thing. I'll ask you, what did your wife get you for Christmas 2 years ago?
2 years ago? Let's see. Gosh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but
exactly.
My point is, you will never forget the Christmas, and you have so much to be grateful for. Yeah. So that's my point. Is stuff is all temporary. Experiences we take with us, and that's what I would just say. But presents, I love to give presents. I'm sorry, I love to give. But I'm not going to say they're good at all. I don't know if I tend to like the act of opening a lot of things, but then it's well, whatever. So, my mom she's done some funny things. So she loves, I got this from her. She likes to do that. And she has wrapped things I left at her house. So that scarf that you thought you lost? Yeah. And she'll give it to me as a gift. This has happened more than once. She's like, you left this in my place. You forgot it. You thought you lost it. Here it is. And I'll unwrap it and then she'll tell the story.
And Merry Christmas.
Hilarious. I once also, I surprised my mother one time. My whole history with my mom is I play pranks on her. And I got that from my uncle who passed away more than 20 years ago from AIDS. But he would play jokes on my mom all the time. So I told my mom I'm coming out, I'm coming out. I'm visiting back home in Michigan, but I'm not bringing the kids. And then what I did was I wrapped my kids in a box. And I said, I brought you a gift. I thought she had a heart attack. She opened the box and my kids popped out. And she was legitimately, I can always pull one over on her. She is such a sucker. She's such a sucker. So learn that from my uncle. I love to give gifts. What can I say?
Yeah. I think for us, just giving gifts is just the perfunctory thing. It's about
right. Yes,
It's the
100%.
time where there are certain days of the year that our large family get together, and this is one of it's Chinese New Year, it's Thanksgiving, and it's Christmas. Outside of that, we're lucky to get people together.
All right, let's pivot now. We're going to pivot really quickly. What is going on?
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
Let's talk about Squid Game season 2. I have seen half the season. Last night went to see Nosferatu. Yesterday saw Nosferatu, went to the races, and then settled down to watch the first half of season 2 of Squid Game. I was nervous about this because Squid Game, I think, is one of the best TV shows of the last several years. So good. And I was nervous about what would happen to 456, or Master Soul, as they call him. And when they announced a season 2, I thought, why? It's kind of like, I also put in the same camp as a movie like Battle Royale. Battle Royale, the first movie, is perfect. And that movie came out around the same year as Columbine, so it never really got a release. Then they made Battle Royale 2, and it was terrible. Because how do you repeat such a high concept idea? And Squid Game owes a little something to Battle Royale. Battle Royale 2, huge disappointment. Squid Game season 1, great. Will Squid Game season 2 be a disappointment? I'll say this. It's a little slow. In the first episode, things begin to get revealed, and by the end of episode 2, boom, it's back. And in episode 3, the ante is upped, and there is a reveal at the end of episode 3 that is, because you already know from the trailers. I'm not going to spoil anything. This is spoiler free, but I'll talk more on Monday when more people have seen it. They replay the game, but 456, who has played and won, if you saw the first season, he knows the games. So he is an X factor. He wants the most people to survive. He's also secretly seeking revenge. The money he has from winning the event, he considers blood money. It's a burden and it's a guilt that he carries with him. So when the reveal at the end of episode 3, and they do a thing, I'll tell you one thing that makes it very interesting. They do this thing where, you can vote to end the game. Yeah, people voting, circle, continue the game, X, stop the game, and we just all split whatever's money is left. So they play the first, and they introduce you. There's a really cool character named Thanos. He is a rapper who lost all his fortune in crypto, and the guy that he lost the crypto to in a scam is in the game with him. So there's all this tension. That's what's really good. In episode 3, you meet the players and get to know their motivations and why they're there and what's going on with all of them. So Thanos was on some reality show where he became a rapper and had a ton of money and then lost it all. So he's playing the game. Anyways, he's a really interesting character. And there are a lot of there's a trans character. It's not a big deal. But there's there's a trans character in there, and there's this old woman and her son. They're both in the game. Mother and son are in the game. And the mother's like, but a man is a man and a woman is a woman. And the son is like, some people are just like that. Don't worry about it. And they don't push anything. It's just, it adds different tension with that character. They each have motivations, but they do a thing where when they vote, they get a patch that goes on their suit. So they get an X patch or an O patch based on how they voted. So everyone can see how they voted. And there are two factions. One that's like, let's play the game and get lots of money. Let's go forward. And then the other people are like, no, this isn't worth it. We could die. And so there are tensions between the voters based on how they voted. Now, to be clear, it's not a thing about Trump. It's not, there's nothing like that. I mean, it's a Korean show, right? It's from Korea, but definitely leans into divisions in between people and how they vote. I think this show is more about class disparity than anything else. It's not about R versus L, left or right. It's not about that. It's really about class. And everyone is in there trying to win the money because they're in deep, deep debt. It says something about what's happening in the world. And it's not forced, whatever. So I'm only halfway through. I'm bummed out. The season is shorter. It's only 7 episodes, not 9. Last season was 9. This is 7. But maybe that's good because sometimes you see an episode and you're like, well, that was wasted. That was filler. I don't think this is filler. It's telling a story. And there are tensions because there are plot lines playing out behind the scenes with the people who work the game. There are rogue elements. And there are, I can't even believe they're going to wrap it up in 3 more episodes. So I'm all in. I'm happy to report, unless they really bungle the ending, I'm really impressed with what I've seen so far. Do you plan to check out Squid Game season 2?
I mean, it sounds like I need to watch the first season.
You have to. The one thing I will say, you have to. It is, you cannot. There are certain shows you can come in cold and say, hey, just watch it. Like Picard season 3. You don't need to watch season 1 and 2. In fact, only watch season 3 of Picard.
Picard, yeah.
But Squid Game, everything about season 2 is about consequences from season 1. And if you haven't seen season 1, you'll be completely lost. So if you need to catch up. But I can report Squid Game season 2 thus far, 4 episodes in, it has definitely hit my expectations, and I hope it goes beyond.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds great. I wish. I mean, this is the thing when anyone asks about television shows. I just don't have time to do television shows, and I feel like definitely I can't watch season 2 without watching season 1. My wife has wanted me to watch Breaking Bad for the longest time, and it's like I can't.
It's a great show.
I can't get sucked into the binge of Breaking Bad, where I'm sitting in front of a television for 3 days watching it. Game of Thrones, the same thing. I just can't do it. I got work to do. I run a website.
Yeah, true. It's all good, man. It's all good. But I recommend it. However, you really must see season 1. So let's go to your comments here, and then we're going to reveal our best and worst of the year.
Yes. Lord Comet for 2. So should I be punished?
I love dad jokes. I'm sorry. I am a dad. I've been told I am a DILF. I don't even know what DILF means.
Yeah, what is that? And who's been telling you that? Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for 5. I don't know if you guys already addressed this, but will you be making an appearance at MegaCon? A lot of people in this community will be there. I will be at MegaCon this year.
Alan is going. I am undecided because it's right after a big awards event.
Although I don't who are supposed to contact about
Gary. Alan, you are taken care of.
All right.
I got you. I got you.
Badges and everything. I need one for the kid. And
I don't like to travel alone. If I go to Florida for the weekend for MegaCon, I don't know. I'll see. It's to be determined if I'll be there.
Yeah. And we're doing the full theme park experience. Yeah, I couldn't convince my wife to postpone things until Epic Universe opens. So yeah. timing could not be worse. All right, I'll move Mustafa Saeed for 2.49 euros. Huh? Like the Hunger Games Catching Fire.
Yeah, it's yeah, but I actually I give the Koreans credit first because
Mhm.
Battle Royale was lifted and used for Hunger Games, the original book.
Yep. Sons and Shadows for 2. Alice in Borderland is a great show to follow up with.
There's a lot of great Korean television. There's that Extraordinary Attorney Woo about an attorney, a woman who is a lawyer in Korea, and she has autism, and she's autistic, and it is brilliant. It's like a legal procedural, but with the wrinkle that she is super autistic about her work, and it's a really really beautiful story.
Yeah.
So I recommend that as well.
One thing about Korean dramas is you just can't play it and then do work.
Yeah,
can't
you
play it in the
have to.
background.
No, I did. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
I turn off all my lights. I got this really cool lighting in my place. I gotta set up my lights, and then I'm focused on watching it. So
Yeah. I mean, look, I'll be honest. I do other things while wrestling is on, while WWE is
you
playing.
can check your phone or write.
Yeah, I can
reviews.
check my phone, and do laundry.
Hey, wrestling comes to Netflix next week.
Yes, that's right. I'm very excited about it.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. It's gonna be great. And I believe they're gonna drop the family friendly when it goes to Netflix, so that might be cool. Leo Cody for 2. Squid 2 is as unnecessary as Stranger 2.
Yeah.
You
Thanks,
agree?
Leo.
Okay.
Leo does so many of our memes and videos, and we appreciate Leo.
Yeah, Tim Morrell. I would have been happy to have only one season of Squid Game, but they had cliffhanger that forced a season 2.
Yeah, it was a weird cliffhanger. And then, yeah, I guess a season 2, they could have left it at that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
Plus, if I watch season 1, I already know Master Saul lives. So, Lighthouse Films for 5. Saw Nosferatu last night. Holy shit. Robert Eggers does it again. Bill Skarsgård is unreal.
He was amazing, that voice.
Yeah. By the way,
come to me, Alan. Come to me.
Yeah. By the way, you heard about the sequel. It's going to be called Nosferatu. Pilgrim Media for 2. I was watching Black Sail. I really like this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Brock's, thank you, Pilgrim Media. Brock Samsonite says, "Can we binge it?" Yes, it's not a weekly release. It's all there.
It's all there.
All 7 dropped on the 26th. So I'll finish it probably today or tomorrow. But I'm like, every episode is like they really know how to do TV.
Unlike Disney and everything on Disney, they cannot create a cliffhanger if their life depends.
They don't know how to do TV. I just don't think they know how to do TV.
Yeah.
So, all right, Alan, it is time. It is time. Do you have your best and worst of 2024 ready? Alan,
I'm so jealous of my hair in that.
You're doing your work the last minute as usual. Let's talk about it here. The best of 2024. And this is our I should, a little caveat, personal taste, right? I like things, maybe the types of movies that Alan does not like.
Yeah. Especially,
and vice versa.
Especially 1 through 8. It's just, it's just okay. I kind of like that one. I kind of like
numbered them yet. How are we? We didn't even talk about how we were going to do this, but I see that Alan already has.
Yeah, I have a PowerPoint.
I just made a Google Doc and I didn't even number them. So I'm going to be doing my homework at the last minute. It reminds me of high school and college when I would get up at 5 a.m. to write an essay for school. But Alan, tell me about your best of 2024. Look at this.
Look at that.
How professional.
Okay, let's just say for 2024, the last 2 years, I have had films that I became an advocate for, where I said, you need to see this film. This film to me is the best movie of the year. Last year was American Fiction. The year before was Everything Everywhere All at Once. This year is the first year where it's, I don't care about any of these films. I have my favorites, but it's not something I would go out of my way and say, you need to see this movie.
Right.
So this is the preamble to my list. So things, this list will probably change next week or the week after, but let's
can I just say up front that you are totally you're leaning into your Asianness.
Yeah.
You want to get an A++. As far as I just tell you right now, you already won. You beat me. I concede. I
know, it's like, I can do a Google Doc.
How?
I did this in 10 minutes. I don't know how you. Clearly, I'm using a template that
it doesn't
Google
matter.
offers.
You already beat me. But let's see. I'm curious.
Okay, here we go. Number 10, music by John Williams, documentary on Disney Plus. I mean, this is my second favorite documentary of the year. It's just full of member berries. And you just, the man, John Williams, the man, is amazing. Look, when he first worked with Steven Spielberg on a movie that no one remembers and no one knows, he was 45, and that was the early 70s. This is 45. That's when his career took off. When he transitioned from doing television as Johnny Williams to doing films now as John Williams. This is a great documentary. It's going to hit you in all the feels. Disney Plus, the only reason to subscribe to it. Here we go. Number 9 is Unsung Hero. This is the faith-based movie based on the I forget the name of the family, but if you're familiar with Rebecca St. James, this is my favorite faith-based film in a long time. I cried at the end of it. Very touching, and its message in terms of God's providence in your life, the way he makes miracles happen in your life. That's Unsung Hero. Go out and see it. And I believe it's Lionsgate who actually put this out. Number 8 is My Old Ass. This one just kind of snuck up on me. The first half of this movie was a Gen Z girl droning on. And then when she takes pills, takes some psychedelics. Oh yeah, she takes mushrooms and then meets her future self. This movie just really takes off and has a very touching ending. Number 7 is Better Man. Came out in weekends. Yeah, this one I will watch over and over again. It's a musical from the director of The Greatest Showman. We talked about this one. It's a very typical story about a talented singer, rock star, who gets thrust into celebrity way too early in life, gets into drugs, sex, everything, and but at the same time, it's very self-aware. The Robbie Williams, he's had to come to grips with the person he was compared to the person he is today, and it just plays out in this movie. The music is great. There's a music video of the song DJ Rock that is amazing in terms of crafting a music video. I love everything about this movie. I've seen it 3 times already. Okay. Number 6, A Complete Unknown. Wasn't planning on liking this movie. Timothée Chalamet does an amazing job portraying Bob Dylan. It's got Dylan music all throughout. We've gotten the comments. Not everyone's into Dylan, but this is a good one and a great story to go along with it. Number 5, Am I Racist?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Shocking.
Maybe this is the movie I advocate for.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we talked about this ad nauseum. This is a great movie. Just like I said, the reason I have never been a liberal is because I'm far too well. I understand far too well the hypocrisy of liberalism and what it can become, and we've seen that happen over the last few decades. And this just calls it out in a humorous and funny way.
Well, I like
Oh, yeah.
liberally putting like gravy on my mashed potatoes. I like to liberally cover it, and the turkey during Thanksgiving. So
yeah, exactly. And there's hypocrisy on both sides, but it's more funny when it's done to the left. Number 4, The Substance.
Wow, I'm shocked that's on your list. A horror movie.
Yeah, I mean, horror movie, boobs, everything. Look, this is a grotesque movie. It's a body horror movie, but there's a message behind it, and I think that's what really put it over the top. So for me, look, if you're gonna do this stuff, what happened? Okay, if you're gonna do this kind of movie, if you don't have something to say, I'm gonna tune out. But this movie has something to say, and I stuck with it throughout. I mean, it gets really gross at the end. It gets really disgusting at the end. But again, there's a message behind it. There's the filmmaker has something to say. Number 3, Anora.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, this is another one that I didn't expect to like. And I think, again, a lot of these movies that I like, it's all about the ending. And for me, the ending just kind of nails it in terms of to write a great ending. Anora has it. The events leading up to this ending is wacky, crazy, out of control. Mikey Madison here, a very interesting character to create. And again, that ending. Okay, number 2. Here we go.
Ooh.
Number 2, Wicked. All right. Sorry, I love musicals. To have done, not only to have done the musical right, at least the first half, but to add to it and to make it more interesting, to make me appreciate the musical more, and the fact that look, it's weird, but I like Elphaba in this, and I don't know who the person is that is doing the press tour. They seem like 2 completely different people, and I've been able to divorce myself of that. Right. Look, I wouldn't say it's the perfect movie, but in terms of a musical adaptation, it's one of the better ones. It's probably in my top 5 of musical adaptations. And like I said, I can't, as much as my wife wants to go to the sing-along, I can't wait to go to the sing-along.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. Okay. Your number 1.
Number 1.
Let's hear it. All
right, here we go. I don't know what's going on with X right now, but here we go. Number 1, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Wow. I would not have expected that. I mean, it's mainstream, but I saw that movie 4 times and had a great time every time.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. Look, I mean, ultimately when it comes down to it, your favorite movies are the ones you see over and over and over again.
Right.
And to me, it's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well, I think it's also like, because you and I do get to see, we should say, we get screeners, we get to see movies for free. So it says something when, you and I will pay to see a movie again, or even multiple times.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Let's see. I saw it as a screener. Then we saw it again at San Diego Comic-Con because that was the panel.
Yeah.
Then I took my daughter to see it. Then took her and her boyfriend to see it. And then we went to see it in 4DX.
Wow.
So, we've seen this. I think for my daughter and I, the record is still Marvel's the first Avengers, the first Avengers movie. We saw it 7 times in the theater.
Wow.
This one I'd seen 5. So there you go.
Wow.
And then we could do honorable mentions.
Let's see.
Okay.
Wait, you already have it prepared.
Yes, I do.
Gosh.
Okay, we'll just go.
Making me look bad.
All right, so Origin. This is technically last year, but I didn't see Origin until January. I think had this movie come out now, I'd probably be advocating for this movie. The Apprentice, as controversial as it is, I still liked it. Sing Sing, to see a kind of a docudrama in a way. It's a true story, and to see how you can rehabilitate prisoners, convicts, through drama, to me is, this is an important movie to watch. Strange Darling, just the inventiveness of its storytelling, and then the storytelling itself. I wish I could have put this on my top 10. And then finally, the Beach Boys documentary. Been a big Beach Boys fan from my very start in life, and this is the definitive Beach Boys movie. And let's be clear, I've mentioned 2 films: music by John Williams and the Beach Boys, directed by the husband of Kathleen Kennedy. And so there you go.
Of course. Well, yeah, you got you get an A++. And I can debate you, and we have reviewed these films over the past year, and I'll say that it's our taste is different. I have movies on my list that probably won't surprise you because you know me. But
I know I can think of 2 movies that I know is on your list, not having seen your list, that I would never put on my list.
Yeah, well, and vice versa. But I think you'll be surprised. So, in fact, while you were doing that, I made changes to my list. That's what's great about having a Google Doc.
Yeah.
So, we'll go to your.
Well, I should mention 2 years ago, Babylon was in your top 10 list, and Babylon was on my bottom 10 list.
Well, maybe your worst of the year.
Yeah.
Worst of the year. So we will get to my list here. I'm going to show you mine, which I think next time what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you my list and have you make me I'm going to have you do my homework.
Actually, Lori offered to do it for us.
I should have taken her up on it. Anyways,
I know I should.
Here's my list, and you're going to see it all at once. Very anticlimactic, but you'll see where we intersect.
Okay.
I got is my best of 2024. The Substance, number 1. Dune Part 2, number 2. 3, Deadpool and Wolverine. 4, Nosferatu. 5, Honora. 6, Am I Racist? 7, Strange Darling. 8, The Coffee Table. 9, A Violent Nature. And at number 10, Wicked. I do have some honorable mentions.
Hold on. By the way, what is your favorite? What is your number 1?
Well, it's going to be The Substance. Is
okay.
Number 1.
Also, this is in order.
This is in general order. I might move things around. If I had time to do a PowerPoint, I would have probably made some changes. But I do see intersecting. Here's my honorable mention: Terrifier 3, The Apprentice, Different Man, Sing Sing, and Touch. I don't think you saw Touch. It came out early.
No, I did see Touch, but I wasn't that touched by it.
It's you know what? I like romantic films. I like romance. What can I say? I'm a romantic. So,
but Sing Sing, I don't think you've talked about Sing Sing.
Well, I saw it late in the year, and I really loved it. It was, especially knowing the behind the scenes of that movie, and it's how art is used as therapy in the prison system, and how these inmates become actors and writers, and how it like heals their soul. I mean, I was really taken with it. And so many people who worked on that movie are former inmates. And I was confused when I saw it. I thought, is this a documentary? But Coleman Domingo's in it. So yeah, Sing Sing, not on my top 10, but in the honorable mentions. So, so there you go. There's my best of 2024. Let's see what you think, and then we'll go to your comments. Then we'll do our worst of the year. Comments first. Here we go.
All right, Marco CCS 65. Jeremy John's best of 2024 is meh. Not his fault though. Yes, it's not his fault.
The one thing, my list is a mix of mainstream and indies. I mean, Strange Darling, The Substance, Coffee Table. I mean, these are indie movies. So I don't think that most people, when they do a top list, include indies. I mean, we both had Am I Racist on our list. So because not only because it was a good documentary, that's one thing. It's a great comedy. It's a great, if you have not seen Am I Racist, I would watch it again. It's very, very funny. So there you go.
Yeah, but again, this year I don't have a movie I'm advocating for.
But I'll say this: overall, kind of a weak year.
Yeah.
Like we have seen last year was Barbie and Oppenheimer, and that really in Oppenheimer, I've watched that. Well, I bought it. I have the 4K, so I own the movie. I've watched it recently because I looked at all the Oscar movie screeners that I could watch, and I'm like, I want to see Oppenheimer again. It's the movies, and same thing with Nosferatu. It's movies that stick with you, that there's something about them that calls to you,
Yeah, there you go.
beckons you.
Yeah.
Yes, I have that. And by the way, I got a record player. I haven't set it up yet. I finally have enough records to like, okay, I'm a vinyl guy. I'm a vinyl guy now. So I got myself a record player. I've set it up. I have to assemble parts of it. I have to put the belt on. Oh, that's weird. But I will set it up, and I can't wait to play some of these records.
Yeah, I stole my dad's record player and hi-fi, and so I'm stringing wires around the house. There's no plug and play when it comes to old stereo systems. G-Man for 20. Chris, can you put your list in a link tree that you would put over the top? That would put you over the top. Merry Christmas to both you, both and your families. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, G-Man. I can link in my link tree. I can put a link to the video clip of this segment. So thank you, G-Man.
I could put a link to my PowerPoint.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
All right. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for 5. If your top 10 doesn't have Morbius in all top 10 slots, then your list is illegitimate. I don't think it came out this year. I think it came out last year.
I think Morbius was a while ago. So here we go. Some quick comments, and then we're moving on.
Sons and Shadows, Terrifier 3, and Nosferatu, best horror movies of the year.
Don't forget In a Violent Nature and The Substance. But yeah, if we were to make a top 10 horror, that's a given.
And that Wild Robot 1. Yeah, I kind of wrestled with Wild Robot. I don't think I loved it.
Honorable mention for sure.
Red French Moon. I need to watch Honora. Apparently, it's really good. It's really good. If you like Sean Baker. David Smart for 5. Hey, Chris Gore. My top bad films are Deadpool 3, Ghostbusters, Joker 2, Trap, Magical Negroes, Madam Web, Smile 2, Gladiator, and many more. We haven't gotten to our worst yet. Let's see. Atomic Lori. Hey, number 1, Wild Robot. 2, Fall Guy. 3, Deadpool versus Wolverine. 4, Wicked, and 5, Velma. Feel like a female.
Velma. Velma should be on the honorable mention. I love Velma.
That was good.
DP. What's DP?
Deadpool versus Wolverine. Pilgrim Media for 2. Win the next big con for you guys. A MegaCon.
And then WonderCon in Anaheim.
Tom Siebert. Hey, Tom. This one reason Alan Ng is so good. He always keeps an open mind to stuff you think he likely not enjoy. Do you think he might like? Yeah. Chelsea M. Compared to all the crap that released this year, Deadpool and Wolverine was definitely among the best, if not the top one. Exactly.
It's on our list. I put it at the bottom of my top 10. Alan put at the top of his top 10. So whatever.
Well, in terms of the most fun going to a movie, fun is right up there with poignant and touching. Okay, David Smart for 2. Nosferatu was amazing. I fell in love with this film.
Yes,
I definitely did second time. Geek Truth 64 for 199. Surprise Kingdom of the Apes wasn't in the top 10. If they had just stuck with the premise of the movie and not gone off the wire at the end, I probably would have gone higher. The Netstrack for 200 Danish krona. I'm just assuming that's what it is. Just got home from work, so I'm late for this. I will watch all of this later. Thank you for what you do. Cheers from Denmark.
By the way, a quick shout out to Geek Truth 64, because in my random just watching YouTube, I stumbled on his channel, and it's great. Geek Truth 64. I am subscribed to the channel. Top Steel Books. He's done these really great. Yes, I still collect DVDs. New release wall. He is really prolific, And there was another video you did. Was it? Yes, this one right here. Which box set to get for Godzilla -1? So there you go. Just subscribe to Geek Truth 64, a supporter of the channel and covering DVD stuff. So good. I thank you, Geek Truth 64. Appreciate you and your channel. I'm a viewer. So
His background looks like a blockbuster.
yeah, might be. Thank you for that. Thank you for all you do.
And then finally from John Harrison, last year we at least got Oppenheimer. What the fuck did we get this year? All mediocre. Yes.
I would say all mediocre, but not reaching the heights that was that was last year with Oppenheimer. I want to real quick go to my Oscar picks because it's different from my best list. I am part of a group called the Gate Crashers. You should be part of this group, Alan. You should be part of this group. The Gate Crashers are all people in the film coverage space that have been canceled for many reasons, but Gate Crashers covers the Oscars. I was invited to participate as part of the group. You can go to the-gatecrashers.com and there's all sorts of stories, and there's a leaderboard keeping track of Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, all the nominees. Here are the members of the group. I'm in good company with people like the Film Bee, Ed Douglas, Cinescape, Michael Gray, Industry Guy, Scott Menzel, our friend Scott Menzel, Bill McCuddy, Scott Kerman, John Nolte. Look at this. Michael Bechkovich. Yeah. Jordan Rumi. Oh, shit. What am I doing? I'm going back here. Okay. All right. No, going back. Yeah. So this is Sasha Stone, Christian Toto. Here we go. All Jeffrey Wells is part of the group. Jeff Snyder. Hey, who's this guy? What's he doing? I am part of this group, and I'm just going to show you what these are my Oscar predictions, not necessarily what I think are, the best movies, but what I think will win for Oscars. So here that's an old photo, folks. But I got to zoom in here. This is what I think will get nominated. So here we got Best Picture: Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Dune Part 2, Wicked, The Substance, Nosferatu, Nickel Boys, A Complete Unknown. That is very different.
This is what you think will be nominated versus what you would nominate.
Yes, this is not my favorites list.
Okay.
And I do like all these movies, but this is not my best of list. This is my list of predictions for Oscars. So there you go. And the best director and actor and actress are all culled from that main list. But if you are curious, we can put the link into the description. You can check it out. Now it does change. The list does change. So I will make adjustments based on what I think is happening around. But this is, I want to get this font bigger. Oh shit. I don't want that. But these are my predictions for what will be of the 10 nominees for Best Picture. Very different than a Best, which is my personal favorite. I'm taking into account politics from the world of the Oscars and how Academy voters vote. All right, now it's time for the worst of 2024. Alan, I hear you made a PowerPoint.
Yes, I did.
Alan?
All right, here we go.
Let's see it.
Worst of 2024. Starting at the bottom with number 10. Here. Whoops. I think yeah. You see, did I screw up? I thought I got the posters in. Okay, well, either way, here.
Whoa, you get an A-.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Right, yes. I'm probably going to agree with every one of these. All right. We're just going to assume it's the Here poster.
Yeah, here. Just here. Interesting concept. Horrible execution. Again,
horrible.
If I ever wanted to see a movie about my life, I would not see that movie.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Okay, did I? Okay, let's see if There we go. I did it.
Yep.
Gladiator 2.
Yep, awful.
God awful. The CG is horrible. The callbacks, the constant callbacks to the first movie, horrible.
Yeah.
Seeing the armor of I can't remember the Russell Crowe character.
Maximus.
Maximus. The foreshadowing in this movie is I hate this movie. All right, Gladiator 2. Number 8, The Crow. Again, another remake that didn't need to be made. Look, if The Crow looked like this poster, it would probably be much better. But the most of The Crow is shot in broad daylight. It's shot in a real city as opposed to the practical city. So the fantasy of The Crow is lost, and it's just a very weak version of a much better film, which is a true low budget indie film. Number 7, Madam Web. Sydney Sweeney's in it. That's why it's at 7 and not higher on the list.
Right.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Argyle. Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God. What a horrible
this
movie.
What a terrible movie.
It was bad. And then when it got to the ice skating segment, it just fell off the cliff. It was
all
right. Number 5, the American Society of Magical Negroes.
Oh God, I even forgot that movie happened.
Yeah,
so bad.
I know. What can we say? Treasure. Look, Madam Web had Sydney Sweeney. In Treasure, we got Lena Dunham.
That movie.
But at least
so
Lena
bad.
Dunham did a nude scene. So
why she is an exhibitionist. She really likes to show off her body, and she's not
ashamed of her body.
She's not ashamed. I'm not saying she should be ashamed. I don't think she should, but there's a time and a place.
Yeah. And what's sad is I saw this before I saw A Real Pain.
A Real Pain is the better version of that story, that
yes.
type of story.
Yes. And somehow Lena Dunham's nudity didn't push it over the top.
Yeah.
Number 3, Jackpot.
Oh my God, another one we forgot about. Oh God. It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. It is.
Avoid like the plague.
Please. It is. I mean, look, Paul Feig. I think Paul Feig directed this.
Yes.
It should have been funny. And it is not funny in any way. And there's a weird idea behind it that they just couldn't, it needed to be more serious. The premise needed to be taken more seriously. It's kind of like, a running man type thing. Bad comparison, but awful.
Yeah.
Number 2, Craven.
Sure.
Craven.
Wait, Craven's number 2?
Yeah. Oh no, you'll agree with my number 1.
All right. I
Craven,
can't wait.
Look, Craven is just a badly constructed movie. The best thing about Craven is my favorite line. My grandmother died, and then I never saw her again. That is a legit line in the movie.
I know. My grandmother died. I never saw her again.
Again, the best thing about Craven, the best way to approach Craven is go see it with a bunch of friends and just MST3K the hell out of it.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah, there's so much gold in this movie to make fun of. And ironically, the number 1 movie, the number 1 worst movie of the year happens to be the last movie I've seen this year, and that's Mufasa.
Whoa! All right.
Yeah. Look, Disney has my best movie, and Disney has my worst movie.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, this just fails on so many levels. A, we didn't ask for this movie. B, the main characters, everyone in this poster, will not die in this movie.
Right.
So the stakes are gone. The music, Lin-Manuel Miranda, as much as I love Hamilton and Encanto, to some degree Moana, the music is god awful. It felt like it was made by amateurs. And I say it again, you need to give Lin-Manuel Miranda years to write your music. And
right.
let's see the story. You know, Gladiator failed because it kept calling back the memories of the first Gladiator movie. This movie fails because it constantly foreshadows The Lion King, and it just got laughable by the end of the movie. When, especially at the reveal of how Scar got his scar. So
yeah, exactly. And then because he had a scar, they called him Scar.
Yes. I cannot call you by your name anymore. Then call me Scar, so you'll always remember how I got it.
Oh my God.
And then honorable mentions, because they're television, The Acolyte and Echo.
Well, yeah, all right. Well, I have to say, I actually don't disagree with anything on that list. I mean, I could debate which was worse, but they were all worthy to be on there.
Yeah.
My list is super low effort because I just did it this morning. So I have my best. Okay, here. Oh, I forgot to do best TV. The Penguin, and so far, Squid Game season 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Worst films of the year. Craven the Hunter, Madam Web, and Venom the Last Dance. There we go. And really? I would add everything on Alan's list is on my list. I'm copying off your homework. And then Acolyte season 1 was worst TV. So there you go. That's
you could actually just drop season 1.
Okay. All right. Should I do that?
That's why it's the Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
The same with Echo.
But no, it's all those Sony movies. It's ill. It's misguided. It's so not. I mean, they're so bad. They're killing momentum for good superhero storytelling. I'm going to add yours back on stage because mine was so low effort. But I agree with everything. Like, it's like everything you said is worst. I would agree with. There's not a thing on there that didn't deserve our ire, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to your final thoughts, Alan. We'll go to comments.
Yeah, final thoughts. What you should do is you should go to our YouTube channel, look up the review playlist, and then you could have gone down and saw all the movies we reviewed and together from that.
It's a big list.
It's a very big list, and there are a lot of bad movies on that list. But again, look, I think I'll wrap this up. I'll chalk this up to the strike. It's just movies weren't being made last year, and studios held on to what they had, and I think that's why it's just full of uninspired movies. This is gonna be. I'm hopeful for next year. Let's put it that way. Survive to 25.
Well, all I'll say is that it was a lackluster year in general. It was easier probably to put together a worst list than a best list, and you could do a best maybe 5.
Yeah.
But hard to do a 10 because you're adding ones that might not have been. And the honorable mentions mostly for I love indie movies. So smaller indie movies are going to get attention from me. So there you go. Let's go to your comments here.
Yeah. Here, let's throw that up. David Smart for 5. Okay. Best movie are Longlegs, Nosferatu, In a Violent Nature, Dune 2, Beetlejuice, Sonic 3, Fall Guy, Saturday Night Live film, and Kinds of Kindness. Yeah, I mean, Saturday Night was also I could probably put an honorable mention.
Yeah, it just did not resonate with me. I really know you don't kind of know how you feel about a film until sometimes it has to. It's not like Craven. We walked out of there laughing. And that was one of the worst of the year. We kind of knew it off the bat. A movie works on you. Like Nosferatu, I saw over a year ago. I snuck into a test screening. I snuck in. Don't tell anyone. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. And that's even when a movie sometimes is really bad. I mean, Joker 2 was bad, but on levels that like I don't think anyone walked out liking that movie. It was very obvious. But it's a movie that sticks with you. You can't stop thinking about it. I'm looking up the music to listen to it. It's like, The Substance did that for me. So, yeah. Thank you, David, for showing us your list.
Yes, Big Marv. Joker 2 is king of the crap this year for sure.
It also represents why these kind of films are so bad.
Yeah, it also represents the fact that there were a lot of bad movies and we could only choose 10.
Yeah.
So there were elements of Joker 2 that I guess we liked enough not to get it on the list. Thomas Pickup for a challenge, create the most mediocre list. Yeah.
The worst of the worst.
How do you do mediocre? Geek Truth 64 for 999. Thank you so much for the channel shout out. There you go. Wasn't expecting that. I reviewed Attack of the Dock last year and shouted out on Blu-ray and my recent room tour video. Keep being awesome, Chris and Alan. Thank you.
Thank you, Geek Truth 64. Maybe we want to get some new people in Versus. Go to Film Thread. There's a contact at the bottom of the page. Hit me up if you're available at that time. You could be on Versus. We want to get like just rotate in people with you can have very strong opinions. You have to like have seen the movies we're talking about, but message me.
Yeah.
Geek Truth
64. Yeah. And quite frankly, we don't have enough white guys on the panel, so we need a
if you're able and if you're able. A lot of people are not available at that time. Yeah. Also, follow me on X and DM me.
All right. David Smart for 5. Chris, did you get the popcorn bucket for Nosferatu? I missed my chance and I looked all over NYC.
No, but I have a great friend, Alan, who texted me. He said, "Do you want me to get this bucket? It's right here." And I said, No, I'll get it tomorrow. He texted me on Christmas, asked me if I wanted it. I said no. I'm to blame.
Not only that, I asked you twice. I said, "Are you sure?"
Are you sure? And then I went to the theater. I'm like, I'm gonna get my bucket, and it was gone.
Yeah,
it's gone.
I wrote, I could easily just walk up. I've seen the movie before. Walk up and buy it in 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. I screwed up.
All right, William.
We both got screwed.
No, I'm fine. I didn't need the bucket.
No, I know. No, I'm saying he got screwed too.
Okay, William. Let's get the most overrated, overhyped list. Well, that's an interesting one.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Superman, I think, is kind of getting overhyped. It will not live up to our expectations.
Oh, you better. John Harrison, to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, forgot Argyle and Madam Web were both this year.
Yeah. Do you believe it? How many bad movies were this year?
I know. I don't know. People forgot that Echo came out this year.
Yeah.
Kevin Appel, Cavill should fire his agent.
100%.
Yeah. No one knew nobody. There you go. Craven pissed me off. You wanted this movie to be badass. Superman 2025 looks like ass sweat. Joker Folie à Deux, Electric Boogaloo 2 is erased from existence. Fester All Day. I just rewatched the 1986 Babes in Toyland. It's a bad movie that's still so much better than any of these.
Yeah, even bad movies in certain eras like the 80s, they were bad, but they were charming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the movies I remember as being bad, like a movie called No One Will Remember This Movie, Best Defense, with Dudley Moore and Eddie Murphy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember that.
It's a terrible movie, but Eddie Murphy and Dudley Moore in their prime are in that movie. It's terrible, but it's 1980s terrible.
Yeah. And doesn't Eddie Murphy just do a bit in the beginning of the movie?
Does a bit. I think they threw him in at the last minute.
I think so, because he was just on the cusp of becoming great at that time. Lord Comment for 2. No one was craving that movie.
Hell yeah.
Bumpy Johnson, terrible movies this year. Fly Me to the Moon, Blink Twice, Rebel Moon, Unfrosted, Kinds of Kindness, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, and Heretic. Oh,
okay. Well,
there are 3 movies I would never
Bumpy
say.
Johnson. Okay, I don't agree with you on Heretic. Every one of the others, I agree. We could have made a second top 10 worst of the year list. Blink Twice was awful. Rebel Moon, I saw in a theater. I saw the extended versions with Zack Snyder in attendance, and the Q&A is for members only on our members only videos. Fly Me to the Moon was awful. Unfrosted, awful.
Awful.
Kinds of Kindness. I like that director's movie last year, Poor Things, but wow, Kinds of Kindness was bad. Blink Twice was the worst. It was a DEI movie. So
See,
awful.
you had a list that you could have added to Rebel Moon. I can't believe I didn't remember Rebel Moon. Fly Me to the Moon. Not again, I can only do 10 movies. Unfrosted, completely forgot about how bad Unfrosted was.
And Lori, Atomic Lori says, have either of you seen Baby the Lost Legend? Loved as a kid, watched as an adult, and it's a crap fest. A lot of movies like that.
Yeah. I guess some would say Goonies would be that too. Caveat ties, copying an Asian's homework is always a good strategy.
Of course. What do you think? I'm stupid or something? Of course I'm going to copy Asian homework.
No.
All right. Do we have a news story here? We have a news story, Alan, you wanted to do. You would bring that up.
Did I? Hold on. Sorry, I had a PowerPoint up. I didn't have the Google Doc.
Oh, that's okay.
All right. I'm almost there.
Okay.
Where?
It's all good.
Where is it? Oh, here we go. I got it.
All right. I'm watching.
And now my link is not working.
It's the most overproduced.
It is.
Yo, it's so overproduced.
It is. See, all the other shows.
Yeah, you got to keep up. Yeah,
got to keep up. Keep it up. Rock it hard. Make it work. And make it so. I don't know. Something's going on in my browser, but here we go.
Alan, let's discuss Sony blaming critics for their blockbuster failures. The Sony, of course, responsible for Madam Web, Kraven the Hunter, Venom 3, and they're blaming the critics. I think like the mainstream media, I don't think critics have much influence.
Yeah.
I'll say this, correction. Critics can have influence for a small movie that people won't know about to say, hey, everybody says this movie, The Substance, is worth checking out. So critics can make people aware of smaller films they might not have known about. But if Deadpool and Wolverine gets bad reviews, we see it in the disparity between critics and audience score, right? But I think for the most part, critics and audiences were united in their hatred of these terrible, terrible Sony superhero movies featuring villains in the Spider-Man universe that never met Spider-Man in the movies, in these films. So if you would go through this story for us, read the headline. It gives you context.
Sony Pictures CEO says Madam Web flopped because the press crucified it. Our Marvel movies are not terrible films. They were destroyed by critics.
By the way, this CEO is trying to save their job.
Mm-hmm.
All these movies failed. Except for the Venom movies, which did okay. These movies were all across the board failures.
Yes. And if you've ever been to Sony Pictures, it's a beautiful lot.
They have a great lot, great parking, great gift shop, great reception area. The lot is very good.
The theater they have is ornate. It's beautiful. Pretty sure the executive suites, millions have been spent on it.
I'm sure someone would not like to lose their job and thus their gift shop discount this season. But if you would read this story, Alan.
Sony Pictures CEO Tony Vinciquerra recently told the LA Times that Kraven the Hunter is probably the worst launch we had. In the nearly 8 years he's been at the studio, adding, "I still don't understand because the film is not a bad film."
I wonder if he watched the film.
Yes, I wonder too.
Maybe not.
Yes. Again, my grandmother died, and that's the last time I saw her. Or no, and I haven't seen her since.
And I never saw her
I
again.
never saw her again. Okay. Sorry, I'm
It's all good,
drifting.
man.
Craven opened in theaters December 13th to a paltry 11 million, the lowest debut yet for a Sony released Marvel movie. The movie's current domestic box office total stands at just 18 million, while its global haul is 43 million. These are more or less catastrophic results for a superhero movie and cap off a lackluster year for Sony comic book movies after Madam Web flopped with $100 million worldwide and Venom: The Last Dance because the franchise became the franchise's lowest gross. Let's just touch on Madam Web for a moment, Vince Seguera said. Madam Web underperformed in theaters because the press just crucified it. It was not a bad film. It did great on Netflix. For some reason, the press decided that they didn't want us making these movies out of Craven and Madam Web. The critics just destroyed them. They also did it with Venom, but the audience loved Venom and made Venom a massive hit. These are not terrible films. They were just destroyed by the press, the critics and the press for some reason. I'll just go down here. It's snake bitten. If we put another one out, it's going to get destroyed no matter how good or bad it is, he told the LA Times. Interesting. So the critics, they hated Madam Web, Venom, and Craven. Yet Venom was an audience hit, was a box office hit. So again, how much influence do you think credits have, Mr. Vince Seguera?
The thing is, critics are only useful when they say things that Hollywood likes.
Yeah.
And when they say things Hollywood doesn't like, then they're the enemy. And they're doing that to the audience too. They're making the audience the enemy, right? They love the audience when they give them money, love the movie, but not when they don't. So this is BS. And I'm really disappointed the trades have been gutless in calling out BS, allowing a company like Lucasfilm to gaslight everyone about racist and sexist fans. The trade press needs to step up. They need to grow a pair, because all they're doing is echoing things. What they've begun to do is echo things we've said for years. That are kind of baseline, in my opinion. So, for example, they're finally starting to call out Lucasfilm, like, you announce all these projects and then they don't happen. Yeah, you noticed? You think? So it's a lot of BS. I don't like that these stories come out and they're unquestioned, right? Because my default setting is question everything.
Yeah. I mean, if, like you said, if he thought Madam Web and Craven were good, then that says something about him as an executive of Sony Pictures. There are problems galore, especially in Craven. And if you can't see that, then you shouldn't be running a movie studio.
Right.
And again, I think he overestimates the power that critics have. And I'll point to one example, Barbie. I don't think, especially a certain gender of critics, didn't appreciate Barbie, didn't like Barbie, but still $1 billion movie. And it's not that we're irrelevant, but I think, to me, I've always seen critics as it's like you have an opinion about a movie, you just want to express it. I'm not saying everyone has to agree with me. Definitely not everyone agrees with me. You don't always agree with me. But that's what movies are about. It's this discussion. You watch a movie, you talk about it. That's what critics do the best. Oh, did you hear what this guy said? All right. And now we're having a conversation at the water cooler.
Yeah, and I appreciate Barbie that they made this movie for an audience, and that movie is for women and young girls who played with Barbies, which is a very large group. And they turned out for that movie, made it one of the biggest box office of last year, and it was hailed with critical acclaim and awards, deservedly so. They should make a Star Wars movie for men because mostly, and Star Wars has its female fans, Barbie has its male fans. But I'll just say this, you make a movie targeting an audience, respect that audience, give them what they want, they will turn up. They'll see it twice, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I mean, I'll say this, all these Star Wars projects of late, I will watch them once only. Although Acolyte, episode 3 of the Acolyte, I watched twice because I couldn't even believe what I saw. But The Rise of Skywalker is a movie I saw once in a theater.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to watch it again when it came to when it was on a video, or I couldn't, it was so bad I couldn't believe it. So I don't know, how about stop the blame? You see, last comment, where is the accountability?
Mm-hmm.
These companies have shareholders, they have the audience themselves, the industry. No, I have not seen any accountability at Sony for their Spider-Verse, at Lucasfilm, what they've done to Star Wars and Indiana Jones. Where is the accountability in the industry? How about that? Because only when you're accountable can you change that behavior and maybe save the movie business. Okay?
And let's talk about your 3 movies: Madam Web, Craven, Venom. Guess what? You could have made these better movies. Yeah. There's no reason these movies, they may not have been great, but they certainly could have been good. By the way, I have boxes and boxes and boxes full of scripts that of comic book characters that you can go to. In fact, the scripts, they're already storyboarded for you. So that makes it that much easier. Why don't you grab one of those and make that movie?
Let's go to your comments, and then we're gonna wrap up.
All right.
What am I doing? I can't type.
All right. Will Yum for 2. Sell that Keep It Up Rocket Hard poster. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sell the Keep It Up Rocket Hard poster. Yes. Thomas Pickett for 2. Sony needs another email leak.
It wouldn't help.
Oh yeah. I'd love to see those conversations. What the damn critics? Zaris for 5. Kind of surprised the Fall Guy didn't meet any of your lists.
I like the Fall Guy, not the best of the year. A really fun movie, really fun. Would you agree, Alan?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it. Definitely wouldn't be on the worst list, and definitely wouldn't be on the best list.
Yeah.
All right, David Smart for 5. I'm so confused, Chris. Why Sony didn't use the other Spider-Man actors as its rights, or the people in Sony is just that.
What's
dumb.
weird, they didn't even reference Spider-Man, right? Like in Craven, he's gets this drug where he sees his greatest fear, and it's spiders.
Yeah.
That's kind of a reference, but yeah. Lame. Thanks, David.
And again, okay. Akanika, Siskel and Ebert hardly ever agreed.
I recreationally watch old Siskel and Ebert clips on YouTube. I love them. I grew up watching them. I would videotape them every week. I saved my favorite movies reviewed by them, like The Empire Strikes Back. And now the clips are on YouTube. I'm so happy about that. But my God, I loved Siskel and Ebert because I felt like it was a conversation I was a part of. And maybe that's why Alan, I don't know if you know about the history of this channel. Alan and I did this separately for a while. And then Alan did reviews with our friend Zoriana Kit. They didn't seem to have chemistry with the film reviewing. And I like Zoriana. She's great. But we did, I interviewed people. Alan was doing reviews. Our channel wasn't growing. It was sort of dead. And I'm like, I just said, this is 3 years ago. I said, we're going to do different strategy. We're going to go live every week and just talk about movies. Alan and I said, this isn't working. our interviews, like us. So Alan and I doing live streams together, it was rough going at the beginning.
Yeah.
If you remember.
Yep.
I was an over talker. A little
Yeah.
bit.
And
I kind of hogged it.
Yeah, and I'm kind of new to this too, so it's not like I have a lot to say either.
No, but it didn't matter. I said we're just gonna do it, and it was like, Alan kept saying, "I just need to get my 10,000 hours." I think you're about 4,000 or 5,000 in.
I think so.
But all I'm saying is, we were not great at first, and we kept at it, and that's with anything, look, I'm still doing Film Threat. Something I started when I was 18, 19 years old. I made the logo of Film Threat when I was 18, right out of high school. I'm going to make this logo. I don't know. I want to do a zine. Then I did I did that the summer of 84, and then in 85, the first issue of Film Threat came out February 6th. And I'm still doing, I don't give up on things easily in life. I'm kind of relentless. So I'm glad Alan and I stuck with it, and hope we entertain you.
Yeah, I believe we're approaching 3 years.
3 years of doing live streams on the regular.
All right, Brock Samsonite. Sony must have missed the part where Disney did that and lost a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Zoomiest. Critics wish they had that much power. Yeah. Carnell for 10. Let's not kid around, Chris. The gaslighting began when media outlets and studio heads referred to those displeased with their product as fringe minority and claiming it wouldn't hurt their bottom line.
Yeah, it's weird. So thank you, Carnell. You always have great comments.
Yeah.
I like, yeah, it really, the gaslighting it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. And really, people at the trades, and I give them shit when I see people in person that I know that are in the biz, working for some of these trades. I'll have private conversations. I'm not going to call out certain people. These are private conversations. I'll say, what is going on? What are you guys doing? Yeah, so I don't know. We'll have a chant at the CCA. Actually, there's a cocktail party the night before the CCA, a very elegant cocktail party where the critics get together with their significant others. Alan will be there with me.
Yep.
We'll see.
We'll see. Well, I keep thinking this will be a weird year because of not seeing Sam Rubin there.
Right. Yeah, he was really a great voice in that organization, but we'll have conversations privately. So and I'm sure I'll say something I shouldn't. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm the king of I shouldn't have said that, but whatever.
Well, nothing beats what Dante said at the Elf screening. So
yeah.
David Smart for 2. Do you collect the Criterion Collection, Chris Gore?
Absolutely, I do. I even still have some old laser discs. Thank you, David Smart.
All right, Heartbreak Ridge, married for 5 months. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'm watching the Lord of the Rings extended edition trilogy with my wife, with the wife. Sorry, highly recommend as holiday activity.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And Sons and Shadows. Yeah, let's blame the audience.
Never works.
Yeah,
never works.
Especially when it's the audience that gives you the money.
Yeah.
Aaron Charman. Sony blames the people who didn't like their movie for it flopping at the box office. LOL. Bimo Better. Our movies are not bad. Nobody wanted to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's be real. It's expensive.
Yeah.
$20 a ticket. That's $100 outing. That's not the way it used to be. Bill S. Preston Esquire. California bans gas appliances, but gaslighting is still okay in Hollywood.
Absolutely. Strange how that is.
Yeah.
All right. That wraps it up for today. Alan and I will be back on Monday for Versus. It's Alan and I only. Maybe Badger will come on, but it's going to be Alan versus Chris versus Alan. It'll be a special show. But a couple things I want to remind you of right here. How about let's get the correct banner on here? That's not a
Do we
good
have it
banner.
somewhere?
What am I
here.
doing?
Oh,
What am
hold
I
on,
doing?
Wrong.
Go to shop.filmthread.com. Let's get this banner
Okay.
off. I'm going to delete that. There we go. Go to shop.filmthread.com. These designs are gone in the new year. Atomic Glory after Monday, the holiday collection, gone. So go to shop.filmthread.com and award this tickets are on sale. Go to our link tree. I still have to update the website, but award this tickets are on sale. Go to Linktree, Linktree/award this, links to tickets, the nominees, highlights from previous years, all our events going back to 2019. You can watch Alan on a couch. Alan and I on a couch. It was weird. That was weird. And then every year it got bigger. We did it at a drive-in in 2021. It's an event we do, and you can get tickets. It's Sunday, February 2nd, 2025. I will be in a tuxedo, and so will Alan. It's our annual event celebrating truly indie movies. Go check that out. And I will update the website this weekend because I have a lot to do. So, and I want to thank you for all your support this year as we continue to grow. We gained about 35,000 new subscribers this year. We hope to get to 169,000. That is the goal.
Yeah.
Right, Alan?
Yep. 169. I think we're going to do it next year.
It's close. We may be able to do it. I'm not sure.
Well, we grew with 30,000 this year. We can get to 169.
You think so?
I hope so. Yeah, hopefully, Disney does something spectacularly awful and to push us over the top.
Yeah, we really need it. And then what I hope to get this year is the gingerbread dive bar. It is my goal to get this thing.
Yeah, I think you need to look on Etsy now. Maybe it's there.
You think so?
Maybe.
I love Etsy.
It's not on eBay, that's for sure.
I love Etsy. But also go to the Frida Cinema website at thefridacinema.org. The tickets are on sale there for Sunday, February 2nd. We have VIP tickets and general audience tickets. They are affordable. It's like the same price as going to a movie, but you get a gift bag and booze. So there you go. And I want to thank Lord Thoth, Atomic Glory, Glenuccio, and my friend Alan.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Chris. Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Happy
Merry
New
Christmas and Happy New Year. And I'm trying to find a clip here that
Of course you are.
A lot of these clips we're going to retire. We are going to retire a lot of these clips, but there we go. And Snow White in 2025. Hello, 200K. That would be great. Alan, you are my density. You're not going to say anything?
Yeah, I wish I was the one dying. Hopefully we'll be able to retire that clip.
We're retiring all the clips.
And kissing comes back to Hollywood.
We are going to retire a bunch of clips. We'll be fresh and new for 2025. Thank you so much. I'm going to be on my couch finishing up Squid Game season 2. That's what I'll be doing. And we'll see you Monday with Versus. Alan?
Let's get out of here.